streaming. All right. We are live. We are live. Let's go ahead and check the YouTube. We got an excellent calendar. But anyways, let me go ahead and just play this intermission music while I fix up my camera real quick. As I was saying, little bit of a different episode. This is going to be a solo. We're still in the stew. Like I was saying, we are now live on YouTube. Camera's looking good. Feed is looking good. I might even zoom in a little bit because there's a lot of blank space over here. Give this a little bit of a tilt like so. Maybe even a little zoom in. Nah, I'm not even going to touch that. But anyways, like I was saying, today I'm just going to be talking about the UFC. And, actually, I might even talk about some sumo because that's something I want to introduce a little bit more into the channel. Maybe do a little bit reaction videos. I might record some of those today, but, we'll see. Anyways, UFC 283, first pay-per-view of the year. I'm going to just reach forward so I can actually reach my machine. But anyway, UFC 283. Let's start from the early prelims. All right, and, as always, most of the time I'll only be, talking about where I know both fighters, or at least one of the fighters, and I'll just talk about what it is I know, and if I were a betting man, where I'd put my money. Okay, so anyways, let's start going through. On the early prelims, we have 𝓁 Alves versus Nicolas Dalby. Should be a pretty good fight. Also, these picks are going to be like super rapid fire. Like, I find that if I deliberate too much on a pick, I might start to like second guess myself. So typically I like to go off first gut instinct because that tends to be the most consistent for me. So 𝓁 Alves versus Nicolas Dalby off rip. I'm going to be picking Nicolas Dalby on this one. 𝓁 Alves has been around. He's had some good fights. But I think Nicolas Dalby is probably a fresher fighter on the come up, probably a hungrier dude, and we'll see how that goes. So for that one, I got Nicolas Dalby. Next, we got Ismail Bofin versus Terrence McKinney. I'm just picking Terrence McKinney off of recency bias, I guess. Once again, another up-and-coming lad. Trying to make a name for himself, getting fast finishes, very explosive. So just going to go with Terrence McKinney on that one. Let's see. What else? Okay, on to the prelim cards. The prelim cards. Ooh, Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. Oh, my goodness. This guy is so intense. So Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. If you saw his last fight with Chidi Njokuani, woo-wee, that was a slobber knocker. When people say they're slobber, that's a real life slobber knocker. Like, that was back and forth, just battling, swanging and banging, ups and downs. There's drama, there's blood, there's literal guts. Oh, a great fight. Anyways, just off that recent fight, I'm going to go with Gregory Rodriguez on this one. I don't know too much about Bruno Ferreira, but He is 9-0. Gregory is 13-4. This might be Bruno's debut. And also, this is a short notice fight, so keep that in mind. Short notice fight, possibly a debut. Gregory Rodriguez is one scary mofo. We'll see how that fight goes. I'll definitely be tuning into that one. Next, we got Mauricio Shogun Rua versus 𝓁There. This one's hard to pick because Shogun, he's literally been around the block for some time. You know what I mean? Like, he's just been. Whew, he lost the belt to John Jones. Like, take that in. Yeah, when John Jones was 23. So what is he, like 35 now? So like 12 years ago, this guy lost the light heavyweight belt to John Jones. And it's been rough, but he's still here. I think this might be his last fight. I think also this also might have been a short notice fight. Like I said, and I say this every time I do a picks fight, I should really like do way more research or like check up with the news. If you guys would like me to be more up to date on my MMA journalism, or not even journalism, but just like on the news and stuff, let me know in the comments down below. What else? So I'm thinking this one's hard to pick. Like I said, Shogun is like an old dog. How old is this 𝓁There? 26. Oh my goodness. All right, so 41, age 41 versus 26. I think I just gotta go. This is a hard one. I think I might just go for the young gun on this one, but the experience of Shogun, and I just did mention that John Jones. Oh, I did. This is a hard one. My instinct is telling me 𝓁There, so I'm just gonna 𝓁There. I don't know how to say his name, but that's who I'm picking for that one. On to the main card. We have Paul Craig versus Johnny Walker. I'm picking Paul Craig for this one. I think if he can stay disciplined, stay on task, stay focused, and maybe even get the submission, I think he will beat Johnny Walker. And the reason I say he has to be like disciplined and stay focused, because Johnny Walker, all it takes is, one hit. So if Paul Craig is sticking and moving and he stays on the outside and gets the takedown, gets a submission, that's how I see him winning. If not, I see Johnny Walker knocking him out somehow. But I'm leaning towards Paul Craig on this one. Next, we have Lauren Murphy versus Jessica Andrade. This should be a good fight. I got Jessica for this one. She was the champion at she was champion at 115. So, and she did, so she was champion at 115. She did fight at bantamweight as well. I got Jessica Andrade for this one. Next, we got Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. Oh, banger of a banger. This one's hard to pick. I'm a little bit biased towards Neil Magny, but I also like Gilbert Burns. And I think this would actually be the well, it's kind of similar to the Paul Craig versus Johnny Walker fight. Except for that, if Gilbert's the one that stays focused and he doesn't try and get into a brawl, even though I believe a brawl is what would give him the best chance of winning. If he can get into a calculated brawl, I think Gilbert Burns would win. But if it's pot shots, it's picking apart from the outside. Now, getting a submission on Gilbert Burns is going to be difficult because he is a very good grappler. So, this one's hard. I think if Neil Magny is the underdog, and this is where, if I were a betting man, If Neil Magny is the underdog, I think I would bet on Neil Magny. But I think I see more ways for Gilbert Burns to win. Like if Gilbert was a fighter that actually decided to take people down and strangle them, like he would be, I believe, a lot more successful. But because he enjoys the standing and banging, he opens himself up to unnecessary damage. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Neil Magny solely for the fact that he might be the underdog. Is there like, if I go on the website, because right now I'm not on the website, but if I go to the website, does it say like who's the favorite and stuff? Ooh, it does. Okay. Okay, so Neil Magny plus 300 underdog. I would bet money on that. Bet 100 to win 300. That's not bad. Bet 5 to win 15. Bet 1 to win 3. Next, okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go Neil Magny solely because this is a good underdog bet. You know what I mean? Once again, both these guys have been around for a long time, so lots of experience, lots of things that can happen. Like I said, I do see more ways for Gilbert to win. Like if he does go for the submission and the takedown and the control, but for some reason that's not in his nature in the UFC. Like he would much rather just punch you. And like here's if he really wanted to beat Kamaru, right? And obviously like the wrestling is hard and stuff like that, but I think Gilbert's jiu-jitsu could have beat Kamaru, but he never even went there. He just swanging and banging. So because of that side of Gilbert, I'm leaning towards Neil Magny. But Gilbert is very dangerous. Next, we have the co-main event. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. This is also a very tough fight. This is it's not even a trilogy, it's a quadrilogy. Like, when have we seen that in the UFC? A quadrilogy? 4 fights? Jeez. This one's hard to pick. I like both guys. I just think if Deiveson's weight is under control, so we'll have to see like how he shows up on the weigh-ins and stuff. But if he looks sucked out and like dead, and if it's a bad weight cut, I'm leaning towards Moreno, just because Deiveson is such a big flyweight. But he is the champion. Who knows? I'm leaning towards Brandon on this one. Lastly, we've got the main event, light heavyweight, Glover Teixeira versus Jamal Hill. Now, how do I like both these guys. I like Glover and I like Jamal Hill. Now, would I like to see Glover get the title back? Yes. Would I also like to see Jamal Hill get the title? Yes. So I want both these guys to get the title. But I think and I was thinking about this earlier before I went live and started recording, but if Jamal Hill can basically rumble Johnson, if he can rumble Johnson Glover, I think he wins. And by rumble Johnson, I just mean, touch of death, knocks him out early, like clean, like touch of death, like boom, out, sleeping. If Jamal Hill can land something like that early on in the fight, I think he wins. But I think the longer this fight goes on, with Glover's grappling, with Glover's endurance, with Glover's tenacity, and this guy's like ability to get hit and still win somehow, I think he wins. So I would like to see, is there like a over under? Like where do I go? I need betting sites. Like I don't even bet, but like what's like the over under? Like do people think this is going to be do people think this is going to be like a oh, okay, odds. Okay, here we go. Um okay, so yeah, basically what I'm seeing is like if it goes over 1.5, they're leaning towards Glover's. Under 1.5, I don't even understand these odds, low key. um, they are saying Jamal Hill is the favorite. He is the favorite because of that power, that touch of death power. But does he have the skills to set it up, to land it clean? Or does he even need to land it clean? Because Glover does get hit. And he gets hit frequently. And Jamal Hill hits people frequently. My only thing is it a touch of death? I haven't seen him have like the touch of death aside from the Johnny Walker knockout, but like my mind is telling me Glover. Like low key, I'm still feeling Glover. Like Jamal Hill has been on a rise, and once again, if he wins, I want to see him win, so it's good. But I'm for some reason I'm still feeling Glover on this one. Could be a close fight, could not be. I'm excited for UFC 283. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I guess that's gonna be it for this episode. Nothing too long, a short little 20-minute episode. I might just still go live and watch sumo or something, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of these UFC 283 picks. And until the next time, peace, y'all. Actually, hold on. But before I leave, I want to make sure that you guys check out the Patreon. This is actually going to be uploaded to the Patreon right away. Like as soon as I'm done here, straight to the Patreon. I want to get a proper like post schedule, and you guys on the Patreon, since you guys get to see these things first, what I'm thinking is basically to do, and anyone in the live as well, but like what I'm thinking, like because I shoot primarily on Thursdays, shoot on Thursdays, upload Thursday night to Patreon, and then next week it'll be on YouTube Thursday morning, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to shoot a week in advance, maybe 2 weeks, depending on like the guests and stuff like that. But trying to shoot a week or so in advance, cut clips, edit, and we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, make sure you guys, comment down below your picks in the Patreon. Leave a like if you liked. Come back and see how close I was. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be like 99%, right? I'm always aiming for 100, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you would like to support the platform, make sure you go ahead and check out the Patreon link in the description below. You can, support this channel for the low cost of a large caramel ice cap from Tim Hortons, all right? Per month. That's it. An ice cap per month to support the channel. Anything more is, out of the goodness of your own heart. So, yeah, if you guys like independent platforms, independent media, and would like to support Chez Dante, go ahead and check out the link in the description. But until the next time, let me go ahead and play the outro music.
Further.
I'm sorry?
You said my skills extend farther than the basketball court. Farther relates to distance. Further is a definition of degree. You should have said further.
All right. So now that the recording is done, I think I'm still live, so I don't know what I'm gonna do while I'm live. Like I said, do I want to watch sumo or, I think, what time is it? 3 o'clock. I'm gonna end the live here, and I'm gonna try and shoot some vertical, like clean vertical Instagram content. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, this was a fun live. I'll go ahead and, oh, you know what I forgot to, it's on the YouTube. So the audio will just be on the Spotify, I guess. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try and set up some sort of vertical shoot thing. And I want to start trying to get some proper content. So we'll see what this looks like. Yeah. Let me end the live and then I'll figure it out. Peace, y'all.